Penobscot Bay, Maine was our cruising ground for the summer 2023. Maine boasts more than 4,600 islands, each with its own mystery, its own story. The question was which ones we'd have time to explore. With the help of the Cruising Club of America website and the Waterway Guide, we set our course. Rockland, called the biggest little city in Penobscot Bay, was a wonderful place to hide from the rain and fog. There were plenty of spots in the anchorage, but we took advantage of the Marina slip we could get to wash the boat and make it easier to spend a little time ashore. Rockland Harbor, Maine. It's a great little spot. We got a dock for a couple of nights because we wanted to wash the boat, dry everything out, which we did. The boat is super clean, inside and outside. Steven's happy. Now he's contemplating adding a radar reflector to the boat because we don't think we're that visible, and fog rolls in and you want to be visible. With 12-foot tides pulling the shoreline back and forth, even stepping ashore felt like an adventure. For dinner, we treated ourselves to a 5-star experience at Primo, a farm-to-table restaurant where they grow all the food and livestock with their staff of 60. Their 5-acre compound includes the restaurant, 2 greenhouses, over 200 laying chickens, 150 broiler chickens, 5 ducks, 15 pigs, and 3 acres of vegetables. The next night, Landings offered laid-back dining with waves lapping just below us. And last but not least, Claws, the holy grail of lobster and seafood shacks. Fresh, locally sourced, pure Maine fun. Strolling through Rockland was alive with energy. And of course, we made several trips to Hamilton Marine Store for a cornucopia of boating supplies. Next up, Hurricane Island, where we toured the Scallop Experimental Research Facility and hiked the island's historic trails. Hurricane Island was formerly the site of a Granite Company, supporting hundreds of residents. Then in the 1960s, an outward bound school, and it's now home to Hurricane Island Center for Science and Leadership, who conduct marine and island ecology summer courses and research.
Okay, so we set these bags out over the winter, and it's this really fine mesh, and then we stuff them with this hard plastic stuff called Netron. And scallops, when they are super tiny babies, are planktonic, and so they'll just float around in the water column and they'll filter through this mesh, and they like this hard substrate, so they'll settle on it and grow. And so then we pull those bags out in the spring, and then we have to go through and sort every single one of them and pull out all the babies. And then we raise these scallops on our sea farm. That one's saying hi.
Where's the sea farm?
It's on the north end of the island, so I don't know if you've noticed, there's some ledges over there, and it's only 3.2 acres, so it's just tucked in between a couple of ledges, like right up close to the island, up on that end. So if you sail past, you might be able to see all of the buoys on the surface marking all of our gear.
So what are they in?
They're in a bunch of different cages and nets.
Okay.
So we have these, mostly they're in what are called lantern nets, which are they're circular nets about this wide around, and they're super tall. They're like hotels, basically, and so each level is about this big, and so you can stock. If they're really big, it's like 5 per level. If they're kind of medium-sized like this, it's like 8 to 11 per level. They don't really like to be stocked super densely because they're finicky and they'll cut each other open while they're swimming around. So you just have to disperse them.
And do you harvest them or do you release them?
We harvest some of them. Mostly we're doing experiments on them. So for a lot of those experiments, we do end up shucking them. So that's kind of a natural end to that. And then we eat some of them. We can't sell them because it's an experimental farm. Right. So we don't sell any of them. We just eat them here. Or sometimes if we have too much spat, we'll either sell the spat to other farmers or just reseed for the wild population. This year we've been getting a lot of spat. So
kind of jumping around.
And charismatic. Little babies. Fun, right?
Yeah.
And so your hat is a flag of hurricane
Yes.
flags.
Yes.
Hurricane flags for Hurricane Island on her hat.
Exactly. Feel free to buy a hat if you want. We have some for sale.
Look how they open and close. So that's how they breathe. That's how they eat.
That's how they swim.
That's how they swim.
Yeah, so unlike a lot of other bivalves that are just stationary, you know, mussels and clams and oysters and whatnot, these guys actually do swim around a little bit. Which is
And
why
are they filter feeders as well?
Yep.
Yeah. That's really,
Right.
I never knew they swam.
The breathtaking island trails led to rock ledges, granite cliffs, old settlement housing, and panoramic views, even in the fog. You can pick up a Maine Island Trail Association guide at the island's North End facility. On Vinalhaven and Pulpit Islands, we enjoyed wonderful Maine scenery, tranquility, and of course, lobsters.
Sailing just doesn't get any better than this. We've got a west wind coming right off of land at 15 to 17 knots. We're sailing at a 50-degree apparent wind angle at 8.5 knots. No waves. It's just perfect. Gonna make a turn up here. It's gonna be a little tough to do, but that's okay. We'll take this.
Long Cove is the safest anchorage, but you can use the day anchorages to explore these large islands. More lobster. Bought these today from a lobster boat right next to us. There they go.
This one's boiler. You good with that?
Good, yeah. Very good. Steven's gonna clean them. Thank you, Steven!
I'll get them cleaned up.
Yeah! It's nice. Barreds Islands preserves were next, sandwiched in between Butler Island and Great Spruce Island. These gorgeous tiny islands were interesting to explore by dinghy, only occasionally seeing a summer house now and then, often at the highest point on the island for the most expansive views. Pristine, private, with a gentle breeze wafting through the anchorage, these islands are co-managed with the Nature Conservancy. Although many people continue down east, up to Bar Harbor and Mount Desert Island, we did not. With the extensive fog and rain in 2023, the upcoming September wedding of my son, and plenty of places still to see on our journey south, we decided to head back. Our next stops were Matinicus and Monhegan Islands. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this view of Maine. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram for daily updates. And don't forget, subscribe on YouTube so you can get notified of our next video release.